everybody, welcome to English on Monday the 1st of February with me, Mrs. Craven. Let's see what we're learning today. So today we are learning to draw a story map using features of a narrative. So how can we be successful today? Well, we can use our creative drawing skills to retell the story. And we can listen carefully to the story so we know what happens at the start, the middle, and the end. Now, today, move myself down there we go. Today we are going to listen to our story on Sudden Hill all the way through. So at school, I am going to read the book to the children all the way through. And if you are at home, you can open up the English PowerPoint for today on Sway and click on the YouTube link, and you can listen to the story being read to you all the way through on YouTube. And once you've listened to the story on YouTube, come back here and we'll tell you what the next part of your learning is. See you soon. Hello, hope you enjoyed the story. Nice to have you back. So today we are going to create a story map based on the story on Sudden Hill, the one we've just listened to. Now, in a story map, we do not need to include every single thing that happens in the story, just the main events that happen at the beginning, the middle, and the ending. Now, a story map should take you through the main points of a story, just like the one that I drew earlier. Here's my story map of the main things that happened in Sudden Hill. And as you can see, it is very simple drawings. This is not an art lesson, even though you know Mrs. Craven loves art. This didn't take me long. They are very simple, quick sketches to remind you of a plan, a story map plan of what happens, the key events in the story. So, as you can see, at the top of my drawing board, I wrote the word start. And I have a very simple picture of a hill and two characters in boxes. Remember, they are Bert and Etho, because at the beginning, Bert and Etho play together on Sudden Hill in their boxes. And then on a story map, it's a good idea to use an arrow to show what's happening next. And I've included another picture at the beginning to show what happened next. So Bert and Etho play together, they have a lovely time, but next what happens is a third character joins. And remember, Shoo asks if he can play and brings his cardboard box. Then we move to the middle part of the story, and I hope you can tell from my funny drawing that, remember, one of our characters gets very upset when Shoo joins. He gets jealous and cross and has funny feelings about it, and he has a tantrum and rips up his cardboard box. And then I drew an arrow to show what happens next in the middle. I've tried to draw his little house, and you can see him inside, where he doesn't want to go outside and play with the other two. He wants to stay inside, be by himself, and have some alone time. Then I started to think about the ending, the main events that happened at the ending, where the two boys are missing their friend who won't come out to play, and they build Mr. Climb Fierce to try and cheer him up. And they take it and show it to him, and he gets so excited and happy to see it that it makes him come out of his house. And then the very last thing that happens at the ending is that all three friends, Bert, Etho and Shoo, learn how to be best friends together, and have a jolly old time playing back on Sudden Hill for the rest of their days. And that is how a story map works. We use simple pictures to show the important events from the beginning to the middle to the end. So that is my one, children. Oh, where have I gone? Let's try again. So let's have a recap. The important things that happened in our story at the beginning were, first thing, Bert and Ethel had a fabulous time together, playing together, two of them on the hill in their boxes. And then the next thing that happened at the beginning was that Shoo asked if he could join in and brought his box. And that's how I recorded it in pictures as a story map. In the middle, things started to go wrong. One of the boys got very jealous, upset, and didn't like the way things were going, and he ripped up his cardboard box and had a tantrum. And then he stayed in his house and wouldn't come out. And at the end, the other two boys were missing their friend, and they built Mr. Climfierce to cheer him up, and it worked. And eventually, all three became best friends together, and everything sorted itself out, and they had fantastic fun on Sudden Hill, all three friends together. And that is my whole story map of On Sudden Hill, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So your activity, I want you to create your own story map based on the story of On Sudden Hill. You can use the ideas we've suggested to help you if you want to. Start with 2 pictures that represent the first part of the story. Let's move myself up here. And then move on by drawing 2 pictures that could represent what happens in the middle of the story. And finally, draw 2 pictures to show the end of the story, but we're looking for the main important events. And you can use arrows to show us the movement of the story to make it clear how your story flows. You can do this in your purple books. Oh. Sorry, boys and girls. Oh, where can I go? Oh, I'll put myself down here. So for support, if this task's a little tricky for you, ask an adult to write at the side of your pictures to make it clearer for us to understand your story map and explain what is happening at each part. Challenge, can you fly high today? I'll go up here. Can you label the start, the middle and the end of your story map with those 3 words? I did on my map. I labelled it start, middle, end to make it even clearer. Oh dear, I keep doing that, don't I, children? So let's reflect. What was our WALT? We are learning to. That's what WALT stands for. We are learning to. What was it today? Oh, here I go again. It was, we were learning to draw a story map using the features of a narrative. So the features of telling a story, that's what that means. So, have you been successful? Could you draw a story map? I'm sure you could. We've got some excellent storytellers in our class. And could you use the features of a narrative, a story? That means showing us the start of the story, the middle and the end. Please share some of your work by emailing it to us. We hope you've enjoyed your English learning for today. Take care, and I'll be with you again tomorrow to carry on our English. Bye-bye, everybody.